Hey everyone, Jeffro here. Wanted to film another quick video update. A couple things have been going on, so I figured it was time for a new video. First off is I got my drone back. As you probably know from the other video, I crashed it. Totally my fault. I sent it in for repair or replacement, and they sent it back within, it was probably gone about a week or so. Always happy with their customer support. It's really good. Highly recommend you buy their DJI Care plan when you buy any of their drones. Makes repairs or replacements affordable. Definitely the way to go. So I got that back, and of course I had to go test it out, make sure everything was working correctly. So we took it out to the field behind the apartments here, and I flew it around a little bit. This time I stayed out of sport mode and was way careful with where I was flying it. I didn't try anything squirrely like I did last time. Basically, when you're in sport mode, it flies the drone as fast as it's capable, and it turns off any obstacle avoidance. So had I had that on when the drone crashed, it may not have crashed. It might have seen the branch and applied the brakes. But again, live and learn, put the drones back. I've been working on my composition and my color correction with the drone, and it was nice to get it back up in the air, get some footage that I can bring back and play with, because one of the other many changes to this new drone is new shooting modes, or rather the ability to shoot in log, which looks really flat and low contrast when you first look at it, but it's actually capturing more detail, and you can go back in after the fact in post-production and bring back all that detail or all the vibrance that the log omits. It sounds a little backwards, but the results are fantastic, and once you learn how to use that and you get the right file that works with your camera, it works surprisingly well. I finally figured out how to do it. I've been practicing with the color correction and the applying the what's called a camera LUT, an L-U-T, a lookup table. It's a little bit beyond my knowledge, so I'm not going to go into that here, but basically the LUT applies the changes to the file that correspond to the camera that you're using. So for example, shooting this video right now through the iPhone, when I put it into my editor, I don't need any kind of LUT or color correction because the iPhone does a fantastic job of that to begin with. I wanted to take it around and shoot a few new places. One of the places we went were my in-laws' house. They have a really nice house over on the kind of the edge of the Clovis development. It's a really new housing development over there that they're in. And we took it out there and filmed a little bit, not a whole lot because the wind was a little iffy that day. But again, just looking for raw footage to get to play around with and learn how to color correct. And you can see some of the footage here right now. Another place I took it was here in the area. There's a place known as the Palm Bluffs where part of the river kind of meets the city. And I went down there and flew the drone a little bit around there. Got some nice shots. It was really hard to see because it was really bright that day, and I think I need a sunscreen for the remote control for the drone because it was a little hard to see in some instances. But there was some wildlife, some ducks, and some really nice clear skies. So I got a couple good shots. Again, all with the idea that I was going to go in later and color correct all that stuff. So it was a new comic book day, Wednesday, so I got to go see my favorite comic book dealer, Dave, over at Heroes Comics here in Fresno, and picked up a few things there, and shot a little footage while I was there as well, trying to get a little taste of everything to, give myself some basically some footage to edit. It's all about getting footage to edit. That's what this channel is about right now. So a few days ago I was out and about. Kristen wasn't feeling well, so I stopped in at her favorite boba place and picked up some drinks. She really loves their brown sugar milk tea with boba. I'm not a huge boba fan, and the milk tea I've tried, it's okay, but I'd much rather have some coffee. What they do have that I like though is their orange creamsicle, which is freshly squeezed orange juice, and their soft serve. Very, very good. I get that whenever I get Kristen some boba. They also have pastries that we're a big fan of, and the flavors change from time to time, so it's always something new when you go in there. Highly recommended. Also in the area is a really good sandwich place that has European style sandwiches, Asian style sandwiches, on croissants and baguettes. Oh, they're very good. So I had to pick up lunch there while I was in the neighborhood. It's all in the new shopping area that's at Maya Cinemas here in Fresno by Fresno State University. It's a really nice, rather new area that they've added a lot of restaurants, now 2 boba shops, 3 if you count the boba they sell at the sandwich place, but it's a neat little up and coming part of the city. Also, I finally put together a new Lego set. I haven't built a Lego set in quite a while, partially because there hasn't been a space available to do so in the new apartment. We didn't have a coffee table, and Kristen's work area wasn't really conducive to building Lego set, especially a big one. But I went ahead and built the BD-1 droid Lego set from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Yes, the video game, where you play as Cal Kestis and you're a Jedi on the run after Order 66, and you're trying to stay on the down low. And BD-1 is your little helpful droid that gives you clues along the way and gives you health kits when you need them. So I've been sitting on this set for a while, and I finally got a chance to build it, and it turned out great. It's a cool little set. He's a cute little droid, and yeah, it looks really neat sitting on a shelf. It was kind of tricky. I ended up having to rebuild the legs because I built them wrong. Just a little mistake, and it compounds into a larger mistake down the road. So at some point I realized a part wasn't fitting where it should have, and had to basically start the legs over from scratch. But turned out okay. The set looks great. And now I'm primed for the next set, which is going to be the Millennium Falcon. I'm finally at the point where I think it's time to start building it. I'm not actually going to film the process like I had planned to. The BD-1 build, I actually did set up the tripod and do a time-lapse video, but it's kind of hard because since it is my wife's working space and our dinner table, I can't just leave the tripod and camera there. So there's some issues of matching up the shots, making sure they're correct. Also, I used the GoPro, and the GoPro shoots in a super wide angle format, so I had to adjust for that. At any rate, that video should be up soon. So I realized if I'm going to do any kind of time-lapse Lego builds, then I'm going to need my own dedicated space to do so. So I'm not going to do that for the Millennium Falcon. I'm just going to go ahead and build that like I would a normal Lego set. I'll do little check-in videos here and there, but the original plan was to set up a camera semi-permanently and time-lapse the whole thing. But it just doesn't seem feasible, and I want to hurry up and get that thing built. It's sitting over here in the corner, just staring at me every time I come into my office, so it's time to build it. Well, that's just about it for now. Like I said, quick update, not a whole lot going on. Thank you to those of you who have been watching these videos. It means a lot to me. I do appreciate those people who tune in. And I hate saying it because you hear it on every YouTube video, but it's the truth. If you do like what you're seeing, give me a like, give me a subscribe. It kind of helps push the YouTube algorithm, and the more interaction your video gets, the more they push it out to other people. It's a weird kind of backwards. The less you need the exposure, the more they give it to you. So at any rate, thank you again for watching. I hope all of you are having a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you real soon. Thanks again.